69.
Hey there, this is Mandy and this is the 69X live show. On this week's show I am absolutely honoured to be featuring lead guitarist from Welsh post-hardcore band from Bridgend, formed in 2001, Funeral for a Friend, Darran Smith.
Hello!
Hey there Darran, how are you doing?
I'm good, yeah, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, no, I'm really good. Listen, thanks so much for joining us today. So good to see you, How's things been going for you in this crazy times?
Oh, it's kind of been a bit up and down, I guess, you know, it's, I don't think it's easy for anyone really, so, yeah, I've been kind of struggling on and trying to kind of keep sane, I suppose.
Okay, so Darran is here to review these amazing bands. Okay, so kicking off today's show, we are going to feature a band from Canterbury who are supported and promoted by Saviour Management, Harbour.
Sit with me here for a minute, settle down for a little while. When trouble binds me, lifeless souls, their hearts become entwined. The day that you start to die, and you won't know the time, but you can raise a glass to the chances you grow old, to the sleepless water. This time I'm giving in, but we can all try harder, faster. I'm giving in. But between you and your day is true. I'll be a long time dead, so maybe it's better we pretend it's a lie. 'Cause we know one more takes it up and resonate. But if we don't slow, then I guess we won't know that. It starts with one less long with time. To the sleepless water, this time I'm giving in, but we can all try harder, faster. I'm giving in to the sleepless water. This time I'm giving in, but we can all try harder, faster. I'm giving in. We trade secrets, but you should probably know. Mornings say you're poison, a vice like grip you shine. Stop, I can't stop. There's nobody near me that hears this voice. Stop, you won't stop, you can't stop. There's nobody near you to hear this voice. There's nobody near you, there's nobody near you that knows. It's tied to the bitter taste you leave on the tongue. Don't care what it costs me, just know when it's done. We could be strangers,
Okay then, Darren, what did you reckon of Seek Harbour and that amazing official video?
Really liked it. Yeah. I kind of, I thought it was interesting. It kind of started off a bit sort of an electro pop kind of edge to it, I suppose. You know, making use of kind of a bit some electronics and that kind of vibe. But I thought the guy's got a great voice. Yeah, really liked his voice. I mean, he had a kind of, you know, a bit of the screamo edge here and there in the track. But yeah, I thought it was a great song. You know, and some really cool hooks in there. So yeah, really strong song. Yeah, and you know, great sounding band. Yeah, I like them.
Excellent. I really like that as well. I was surprised actually to hear the screaming vocals in that. Actually, I think it comes probably somewhere around about the middle 8. I was surprised to hear that, but I thought it was a really good addition to the song overall. And I really love the video as well. I really love the way they've done that lyric video, like the different styles of fonts and, you know, the imagery that they've used. I think it's really good actually. I think it's really well done.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a bit of like you say, you know, the screamo vocal comes in slightly unexpected because the track doesn't really sound heavy enough to throw that kind of vocal in there. So it's interesting to kind of hear that drop in kind of where, you know, on a track that's not particularly kind of, you know, really heavy as such. So yes, it's interesting and really cool, I thought.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I totally agree actually. I think it's a really good song, and just want to put a massive shout out actually for Saviour Management. That's James at Saviour Management. He sends me over just so many amazing bands, and he has so many great bands on his roster actually, so go and definitely check him out, and I'll put the link below. Okay, next up, indie alternative rock band Souljacker from North Wales, and one of their most recent singles, Dr. Smith.
Myself, so come on. I need
Okay, Souljacker, Dr. Smith. I think this song was about you, Darren. What do you reckon?
Well, last time I checked, I'm not a doctor, but yeah, but they've definitely borrowed my surname there, yeah. But yeah, and then they didn't ask permission either.
You're gonna get royalties on this one, Darren.
Yeah, I wish I could. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, kind of, quite a bluesy edge to the intro. But yeah, indie overtones to it. But I definitely really like that filthy, dirty bass kind of tone they got going on. I was digging that. Yeah, gave it give it some proper weight, that did, but it's great bass tone, kind of like I say, kind of really dirty bass tone. You can't beat a dirty bass tone, Nothing wrong with a bit of filth in there.
Absolutely. And I have to say, these guys do work incredibly hard. They have just pumped out so much music this year. Okay, I don't know how many singles, but it's definitely been quite a few. And they've got a really good social media presence as well. And they're consistent actually. And hats off to them actually. Hats off to Souljacker. That was Souljacker with Dr. Smith. Okay, British alternative rock band from Birmingham, Marstone, and a single they released last year called Going Out.
Sitting home
Excellent. So what did you reckon of Marstones and Going Out, Darran?
Going out, I like going out, to be honest, yeah, and I like going out as well, yeah. But it's become quite difficult. Yeah, I mean, it's become quite difficult at the moment, isn't it, for everyone to be going out. So, yeah, it's nice to hear a song about it at least. But I thought it was an interesting song. Again, kind of, it had this sort of, a really good kind of groove to it. In as far as the intro was kind of a bit sort of southern rock stonerish kind of riff sort of intro to it, and then it had quite interesting sort of indie sort of edged vocals, I thought, and then quite a different kind of chorus to what I was expecting. It was quite uplifting and quite different to what would be expected to slot in with kind of the opening riff, I guess. So yeah, it was quite it's quite an interesting track. Yeah.
Excellent. What did you think of the video?
It was cool. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was some good visuals kind of going on there. Yeah, enjoyed.
I like the way that they put that effect over the video, actually. I think that's really cool, and actually all the promo that went around that, it was sort of, it's quite kind of cartoon-esque kind of, video effect, which I really loved. Yeah,
that kind of animated-y, cartoony vibe, yeah. It was good, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of kind of, I think, bands getting more and more interested in visuals now that that online kind of making an impact online has become far more important than it ever has done before. So I think there's a lot of bands reaching out to kind of try and do more interesting things visually rather than just purely a video of themselves. You know what I mean? They're looking for kind of alternatives and interesting angles to kind of to push their music, which is cool,
Okay then, Darran, who have you got next on your list?
Okay, next up on my list, Mandy, is the band Lazarus with their track Joker.
Excellent.
open the door. Took your glance and now you've lost that chance. One more time for your one night stand.
Okay, Darren, what did you reckon of Dig Lazarus and Joker?
Again, another interesting track. Really groovy vibe to it. You know, big strong kind of groove to the whole track. Really, quite a poppy chorus. You know, and pretty catchy really. And the video was really cool. You know, the Western animated kind of you know, saloon bar kind of theme sort of going on with it. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, I you know, from a video perspective, you know, that animation is just top notch. It's totally top notch, and you know, the characters don't necessarily move like a cartoon, but there's enough animation in there, I think, and enough way that they've split the scenes throughout the song to keep it, you know, interesting and be kind of on par with the actual song itself. And I love the colouring of the video as well. Actually, I love the, you know, I guess, you know, the Western kind of theme, but. Yeah, I love the colouring and the brand of that video, and I think it was really well done actually, and another great song. Yeah,
good. It was good. It was interesting, definitely, and like we, you know, like we already mentioned, you know, interesting visuals to kind of, you know, to throw in with your music, just to kind of draw attention, you know, from people, because. You know, it's quite competitive out there to get people to even listen to your music over maybe checking out somebody else's. You know, it's so you know, you've got to offer sometimes something a bit different, something a little more interesting than what other people are doing.
Yeah, totally agree. Just introducing my cat. She's decided that she wants to be part of the show, Darren.
What's that?
Betty Cat has decided she wants to be part of the show.
Yeah, on a permanent basis.
Yeah, definitely. You never know, I might get a few million viewers for a cat in the video.
Hey, it might work. Never know.
Okay, next up, band from Norway, Tofteberg and Hansband.
One step ahead, run from me, I'll be dead. That's how you want us to see you. Caught in this game, never played inside the frame. And it grows with your power. So you pray for the thunder to keep you alive, and you pray for the lightning to strike by your side. You take it all. Your become dirty with disgrace. No one is safe from your impact. So you pray for the thunder to keep you alive, and you pray for the lightning to strike by your side. You take it all, this is your last call. You get your hands burned. So when you roll your dice, pick it up and count the eyes. Is this all that you wanted? You know it never stopped, won't stop till you give up. This will end up in ashes. And you pray for the thunder to keep you alive, and you pray for the lightning to strike by your side. You take it all, this is your last call. You get your hands burned. So you pray for the thunder to keep you alive, and you pray for the lightning to strike by your side. You take it all, this is your last call. You get your hands burned. And you pray for the thunder to keep you alive, and you pray for the lightning to strike by your side. You take it all, this is your last call. You got your hands burned.
Okay, Darran, Tofteberg, hands burned. What did you reckon?
Really well produced track, you know, really strong song, I thought, well written, you know. It's got, you know, starts off with that acoustic intro, and then before the guitars and stuff kick in, and yeah, great production. Sounds very kind of Scandinavian, if you like. I mean, you know, there's an awful lot of music comes out of kind of, you know, Norway, Finland, Sweden, and those other Scandinavian countries and stuff, and it's always brilliantly produced and kind of, you know, and really great, full of great musicians, and but yeah, a great kind of alternative rock song, really, you know, like I say, well written, well produced, and yeah, it's good.
Absolutely, and I love his voice as well. I think he's got a great voice, the lead vocalist.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear that the overtones of that, you know, English maybe isn't his first language or whatever, and you can hear kind of, you know, perhaps the Norwegian overtones of his voice or whatever. But he's got great voice, and it's just a strong, well written track, I think.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And I think you know, the video itself is you know, very honest, but again, it's very well produced, isn't it? You know, and they've managed to get, you know, quite a few camera angles and found a great location. And I think, you know, again, I think we talked about it on a show a couple of weeks ago, you know, you don't necessarily always have to have, you know, like yourself, who've been in videos that have cost absolutely thousands of pounds to produce, you know, big production studios. Sometimes you don't actually need to have that big production studio to get something effective as well, do you?
No, and I think kind of the way a lot of people are making videos now kind of shows that, you know, it shows that in as far as, you know, not go back that far, really, you know. There was an awful lot of money spent. I mean, I made videos in Pinewood Studios and videos in America, videos kind of all over the place, really, and some of them, were really expensive, and like you said, and like a lot of things, kind of, to do with kind of music, I think, and the production of music, whether that be, the actual audio recordings, or even kind of, video recordings. I think it's become a lot more affordable for a lot of bands to kind of do it on a more budget kind of level, and still get great results. But it's all about kind of, like you say, choosing, great locations, and just getting, some nice camera angles and that sort of stuff. And if you've got then kind of the skills, regarding kind of, editing with the whatever software kind of platform you're using, you can get brilliant results, definitely.
Yeah, no, absolutely, couldn't agree more, actually. And you know that I like video editing, so yeah, I'm well into that. Okay, so Darren, now we're going to go from Norway over to Australia, and a great band that I've been promoting for around about a year, actually, on the radio show and the online shows. They're called My Kind of Chaos, and their official video, Making Zombies.
Is it me or is this out of control? Yeah. All the ice freaks now getting around. Apocalyptic white-faced zombies, scaring everybody in your hometown. This is the fire from the ice, another tragic wasted life. Have we all completely somehow lost control? I gotta feed the habit, gotta hit the pipe, I gotta bring the monster back to life. Gonna set the fire and watch it all burn. It takes no prisoners, highly addictive. Just a couple hits on the bubble stick. Scarface, wasted, filled with hatred. This shit just makes me sick. They're making zombies just for money. They're making zombies just for money. Oh yeah, this is the fire from the ice, another tragic wasted life. Have we all completely somehow lost control? Gotta feed the habit, gotta hit the pipe, gotta bring the monster back to life. I'm gonna set the fire, yeah, I'm gonna watch it burn. I'm so tired of these goddamn junkies getting high on ice and bashing people every day. Let their punishment fit the crime. Chain the motherfuckers up and throw away the key. A constant threat to our lives and families, spreading everywhere like rats down a drain. You better think twice about your wasted life, 'cause nothing good is gonna come your way. Oh yeah. We got a long, long way, a long, long way to go. Yeah, yeah. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. Yeah. We got a long way to go.
Okay, My Kind of Chaos and Making Zombies. This video is brilliant. I chat to the guys in My Kind of Chaos quite a lot actually, and I know that Nick, who is the lead vocalist of this band, actually edited this video. What do you reckon of the video, Darren?
Yeah, it's cool. It's really good video. You know, it's funny, isn't it? It's got a good vibe to it, and fun kind of element to it, definitely. And their sound is, I know, even though this particular song is quite almost like a dirty rock and roll kind of feel to some parts of it, I still hear kind of elements of bands like Bad Religion and maybe perhaps early Offspring kind of overtones to sort of some of their sound. But yeah, they, you know, really cool band, really interesting kind of vibe to their kind of their songs and their approach to kind of, you know, their music and stuff. And and I think, you know, they always seem to, you know, put together some fun videos, because I've watched a couple of other tracks of theirs, and and it's always, you know, some really cool videos and you know, and strong music.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And actually, I think it's well produced music, and the songs are really strong. And like you say, they always bring an element of fun. And I know that I guess very similar to how the Foo Fighters, you know, produce their videos. Some of their videos, they're quite, you know, upbeat and fun and entertaining, you know, and I think these guys can actually pull that off, and they do exactly the same, you know. Yeah,
it's got that tongue-in-cheek fun, slightly making fun of themselves even, but like you say, brilliant production on the songs, you know, that, you know, always kind of, you know, helps in as far as kind of, you know, your music, you know, being pushed out there, you know, for people to check out and listen to. If you're a fairly new band and you want people to, you know, check you out, kind of, if you've got great production on your music and on your songs, that always helps, you know. And I think, you know, I think they're a great band, and you know, I think you know, they should definitely kind of you know, get some good things going on for themselves.
Okay, Darren, that was My Kind of Chaos. Now, I know that Mick from My Kind of Chaos actually sent you over a little question, so here it is.
Hi guys, this is Mick, and I am the bass player from My Kind of Chaos. So the photos that I've just sent you are of Darren and I in 2008 after one of their gigs in Inverness. So that was the actual after party at Johnny Fox's, and I think it's still called that. It was actually one of my highlights of my time over there. Funeral for a Friend have been a massive part of my life since I found them in around 2004, I think. So being able to speak to Darren and just him taking the time to actually hang out all night and just be the legend that he is, it was just so much fun. I've actually met Darren and a few of the guys before over in Australia a few times. That was the actual first time I could actually sit there and have a chat with him, and it was absolutely brilliant. We were actually able to catch up once more in Glasgow a couple of nights after that. But yeah, thanks Darren, you're a legend, mate. So what I did want to ask Darren is, did you have a favourite venue or a favourite place that you love to play? And also, was there a song, a Funeral for a Friend song, that stood out for you, that you really enjoyed playing and really enjoyed playing live? Okay guys, thanks. Love your work. I'll talk soon. Cheers. Bye.
Oh, well, firstly, thanks Mick for the question. Mick from My Kind of Chaos. Great video, by the way, and great song. So to answer your question, favorite Funeral for a Friend song probably would be Escape Artists Never Die. I think that song kind of encapsulates the essence and a lot of, if not most of, the flavours of the band's sound, really. It had kind of, you know, a mixture of, I guess, kind of intricate guitar work with kind of harmonies in there, guitar harmonies, but then also kind of very anthemic kind of angles to it, and especially vocally, kind of some of Matt's melodies and stuff in that, kind of super anthemic and quite a grand kind of feel to it. I've always felt this is quite an epic song, I think that was always kind of killer to play live as well, and the end of it, as you might know, kind of has that kind of really anthemic outro, and kind of fairly sing-along, kind of uplifting vibe to it. So I think kind of Escape Artists Never Die would be the choice of a funeral song, kind of that I most enjoyed kind of playing live, and kind of sums up the sound of the band, especially all our early sound, I guess.
Okay, I absolutely love this band, Forgetting the Future. This is just such an awesome video.
Yeah. I mean, it's so it's a really cool kind of angle to the to the video, and it's got sort of like what sounds like sort of, I don't know, like the theme music from some old kind of Western kind of TV show, or like Bonanza or something, kind of at the beginning of it, but then kind of goes into sort of, I don't know, quite Arctic Monkeys kind of vibe to the band.
Yeah. I don't think the guys are going to remember Bonanza. They're
probably
too young.
No, probably not. I mean, I barely remember it myself.
I actually don't remember it much.
Well, you wouldn't. No, you're only about 20, and you roughly. I don't know. But I definitely hear kind of Arctic Monkeys kind of overtones and a vibe to it. Yeah, and it's cool. Yes, it's a good track. Like.
I wish I just didn't think at all. Don't let you cross yourself and watch your thinking. Don't let you cross yourself. Let you cross yourself. Don't let you cross yourself and watch your thinking. Don't let you cross yourself. Don't let you cross yourself.
it going? I'm Robbie from Forgetting the Future, the indie rock band from the very top of Scotland, as far north as you can get. I'd like to say a massive hello to Darran and Mandy at 69 Radio, our favourite radio. And I'd like to ask Darran, as one of our heroes, what his absolute favourite gig he's ever played was and where. Thanks, guys.
So that's an interesting question. I think Nick asked a similar question as well as kind of his other question about favourite song. So favourite kind of venue that I like to play. To be honest, I'm not sure if I could pick out. I think is a specific venue. I mean, been fortunate enough to play, a lot of amazing venues and quite legendary venues, places like CBGB's in New York, and before that closed, and even TJ's in Newport, which was, this legendary kind of venue we had in Wales. Along with many others, the Astoria before that was demolished in London a few times. I played that place. I'm fortunate enough to play some amazing places. But I think it's kind of individual shows that always kind of stuck in my mind, special shows really. And one of which was we got asked to headline a festival in Cardiff that was held inside Cardiff Castle grounds, Coopersfield, and it was a festival called Compass Point Festival, and I think we played it the year previous as an opening band. And when we were fairly unheard of, I guess, and we hadn't been together that long really, and within the space of that year we'd signed a record deal, and then we just finished recording our first album. We released a couple of EPs before that, during that year, but then just recorded the first album, and that was up in London, and left London then to head straight back down to play to headline this Compass Point Festival in Cardiff, and we were a bit uncertain how we'd be received really, because funnily enough we'd read a few things from a few haters online saying that we deserted Wales and we didn't care about Wales any longer, and because we were I suppose branching out by touring further afield around the UK and that sort of thing.
That's bonkers. Did that actually happen? I mean, back in the day, obviously we still had social media and everything, but obviously that's a bit more prevalent these days, isn't it? With that kind of,
Yeah, I mean, you still had back then. We had MySpace, which we took full advantage of MySpace. That was felt like the first great platform for music that came out in regards to online sort of social media style stuff. So we were pretty sort of prominent in regards to MySpace, and we'd read things on forums and that sort of stuff, and there was a few haters, but I guess at the time it felt worse than what it actually was, because it was just a few haters trying to stir up maybe a bit of trouble or whatever. I don't know, for whatever reason. For whatever reason, they were writing this and that about us deserting Wales and not caring about Wales. So we were a bit uncertain when we left the studio in London just after finishing recording that first album. And headed down to where we actually rehearsed up in London in the studio before driving down to Wales then to play this festival. And I just remember walking out that night to headline, and we were thinking, is this how everybody feels? And these comments we had read online, and you couldn't get more opposite. It was sort of the welcome we had was unbelievable. The cheering, and then the people singing along to the songs and stuff like that. There was a few moments when we first came out, and the cheering was so super loud that it was sort of you couldn't actually hear ourselves playing. It was so loud. The crowd was so loud that it kind of drowned out our instruments a bit. And
No way.
and that was just such an unbelievable feeling, and you know, and a feeling that kind of that people, you know, the small minority that had written those things were just a small minority, and you know, the majority of people and you know, and the crowd in Wales kind of, you know, gave us so much kind of love that night that it kind of, you know, made us feel so proud, you know, not just to kind of, you know, come back down there and play, but you know, to be Welsh and to kind of and to know that kind of, you know, all those people that had watched us kind of, you know, prior to us perhaps signing a record deal and recording an album and kind of starting to go touring elsewhere, still, you know, cared about us as much, if not more, you know what I mean? And that that always stands out as such a thrilling kind of moment to walk on stage and that crowd be so loud and just so supportive. Like, yeah, it was great.
Listen, thank you so much, Darran, for being on today's 69X live show. I know all the bands that featured on this show were just so excited that you were going to, you know, review the videos and just be part of this little episode. So I really, really appreciate your time. And I'm hoping have you got one of those Christmas shirts? I bet you haven't.
I haven't. No, they sold out before I could get one, actually. So
I was going to hit you up for one. They look cool, man.
No, sadly, they went well before any of us in the band. I think we'd get one ourselves.
So no one's got one.
No, so we haven't got one. I know Chris wanted one as well, and he didn't manage to pick one up. But that's the way it goes. You know, to a certain degree, I'd rather kind of, you know, fans and people kind of, you know, like the band kind of had one before me anyway. It's fine.
Absolutely. Listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Really, really appreciate it.
My pleasure, definitely.
Thank you so much once again. Stay safe and I'll see you soon.